Hello, everybody. Hi, nice to see you. We will wait maybe a minute before I start. Yes. Hi. Hi, everybody. So I think we can maybe start. There might be people who are joining, but that's hopefully fine, and they will catch up later on. We will share the video. So I will point out that we will record it today, and we will share it so you can also send it to your other people in your company. But yeah, so let's start. Hopefully everybody can hear me now. Silver has mentioned that my microphone was off, but now it should work. So I am already sharing the screen, and today I will show around about our new long-awaited feature, construction tender management. I am Mikk Ilumaa, the founder and CEO of Bauwise. First, I will talk a little bit about the tender management and how it fits into our process. Then I will make a demo of the features, show some numbers overall to say that or to explain how it makes sense to use features with subcontractors like tender management and payment applications, for example. And also will tell about when the tender management will be available and some questions and how to use the questions or Q&A. Then you can just write down the questions in the Q&A section in your Google Team or sorry Microsoft Teams application. Hopefully everybody can find it from the Teams view. Yeah, so if you have questions, we will come back to it later on. I will try to do it like slowly, show everything what we have built, and later on I will leave around maybe 5 to 10 minutes to the questions. If we are faster than that, then I will come, then we can finish it also faster. So let's begin. How the first question or first thing is how it fits into Bauwise. We don't have Bauwise doesn't have an estimation tool or an estimation software, so the estimation is done somewhere else, either Excel spreadsheets or some kind of like specialized software, and then you can import it into budget, into Bauwise, into budget management, and see change order management. After that, you were able to create contracts and purchase orders, but you weren't able to make any procurement or tenders. And now we have filled in this slot as well. So now you are able to also create procurement plan and make tenders and evaluate tenders and award the contractors or subcontractors you want to continue with. Then you are able to create contract out of it. Then you can do the payment applications online with your subcontractors with the same structure you have already created once you created the tender. And then you have the same tools you have today, the invoice management and also the forecasting. So we are trying to build a circle so you're able to do the most important tasks related to the budget and cost management inside one tool. That's the aim. We still have some additional ideas what we will add there, but yeah, they are coming soon. And maybe one more point that there are like still some new updates coming on the tender management as well. So not everything is live for now, but we're working on it, and we will have some additional features coming up soon. Now let's jump into the system, and I will show you around how this system works. So everything else more or less is the same. Nothing major changed on the system overall. So the project lists, everything is the same. I open up the project. I have prepared one project, and the first thing what we see in this view is that how we structure now the budget. So we can see that we have the like two new categories here: subcontractor contracts and tenders. If you would also create purchase orders, you would also see like a subcategory called purchase orders. So we group different types of work packages. So we call the commitments, tenders, purchase orders in together we call them as work packages. And then you have the outstanding budget still here in the view as well. And if we look the way you are able to switch between the different views in your budget, then the same button, now we have one more option. So we have the show by commitments, meaning that it doesn't group by different contract or work package types. It would look like this. So I will just switch it for a second. So it looks like it was previously. The thing right now in this moment is that you are not able to so well identify which ones are the tenders and which one are actual purchase orders or agreements. So that's why we group them together. But we will most probably add some kind of like identificator on the front of the cost account or the purchase order number. So it would be more clear also on that view. And there are some other stuff we are planning to do. But for now, you can switch into this view, or you can use the other views as well. So you have the option to change it. But for today's demo, I will keep this view. It's just maybe easier to track. So if I would open up tenders and subcontractor contracts, they would look similar way as it was previously. And when we look here for the tenders, we can see that some of the budgets are zero, meaning that we have finished up these tenders already, created contracts out of it. And where we have also some budget, this means that this is the budget we are expecting to find subcontractors for. Now, I will show you how you can create new tenders out of the system. So basically, you have to do the same thing what you are doing with creating commitments inside Bauwise. So basically, you are able to select the line items, one or several line items depending on your need. Let's say that we will, I don't know, we will take some, like, doesn't matter that I'm just in demo purpose. I will just select few of the lines. Then I will press on create. And now I have also an option to select either I'm creating a contract, purchase order, or a tender. So now I will create a tender. And in the tender, I'm able to have a name for the tender, like we have in a commitments. So let's say it's a tender. Let's call it somehow differently. Foundation works. Then when we have to do this tender, let's say that we need to send out the tender on this date, and we are expecting to have the feedback from the participants, I don't know, end of April, for example. Then I can add some comments, save and next. And now the same items are filtered for me. So the same what I selected from the budget. And then I'm able to say how much money I'm expecting to hire, or how much, like, do I want to split one work into several work packages, or I expect to have one subcontractor or one contractor who will do 100% of the work. So in this case, I would take 100% of all these line items, expecting to have one contractor who will do all the works. So I took everything from my budget into my tender now. Then I go into the overview. In the overview, what we see here, it looks similar to the work package or to the contract, but there are a few things. First of all, we have the tender start, tender end, or tender deadline, and then we have the work start and work deadline or work end. Then description, external. This means that whatever I write here, this a tender will be visible also to the parties, to the other like subcontractors or contractors. And then we can select, and this can be also pre-configured which way you want to use it. But in here, it allows the participants to decide themselves, either they want to upload a Excel file or they want to fill in the table inside the system. So you can choose whether you want that they would only be able to upload files, they can fill in only in Bauwise, or they can decide themselves. So I will leave it like this, so they have the choice to decide. Then another thing is the quantity are public, meaning that sometimes you maybe don't want to show quantities as publicly. So you mean that, or you want that the subcontractors, for example, will give you or calculate the quantities themselves, or they would look the, I don't know, drawings or whatever and measure everything themselves. But if you want to show them, for example, if you're, I don't know, ordering some kind of like equipment, what you know, then you can say, okay, the quantities are public, so the participants can see these quantities. Then if I scroll down here, I have the internal description. This is notes for myself. On the right side, we have the tender information and also assignee. So because I have such user, I'm not automatically added here, but if you're a project manager or something working in the project, your name should be automatically filled here. But if you want to assign it to somebody else, so you make somebody else from your team responsible, you can change it from here. So all the list is coming from the project team. So you can select who is responsible for this specific tender. Then we also have show quantities on offer. This means that I will come back to it later on when we get some requests back from the suppliers or contractors, and then I will show what these things do. But basically, they will just change the visual, how you see and what data you are seeing in the table. And then we have the table. It is the same way as a contract. You're able to split works into several works if needed. You can group them together. You can add line items. Just to make it easy and understandable and simple, I will not do that, but basically the same logic and functions what we have in a commitment or contract level or in a purchase order level, the same exists also in here in this view. And we have some notes as well. So now the next view is attachments. So in here, you're able to attach files. Either you have these attached files somewhere located in your computer or in your, I don't know, some kind of like a document management software. So I will just drag some files from here to here, upload these files. And if you have some external links, for example, the same link here, you can also have external links if you want to give some document management links or share some like other ways documents to the suppliers or contractors. And you can have also a description here. And the next thing where you have to go is the parties. So in this view, you're able to choose which kind of to who to send these quotations or RFQs or tenders. So I press the add parties, and right now there is nothing selected, so I can start choosing from tags. And this is something you need to do before you can like work with the system. You should all like add tags to different companies. I will also show that one later on. But basically, if I, for example, want to find, let's say, earthworks, I filter. So I would find different companies with the same tag. So if I need to have multiple tags, I'm able to also have multiple tags. And now I'm able to select select these companies. or contact persons, what I want to add into this tender. What it means is that if you have a company but doesn't have any like contact persons, but it still has a email address, you're perfectly capable of adding these companies as like also contacts or participants. So for example, I will add this one, and from this company I would have 2 different email addresses, and maybe I would add this one, maybe this one as well. If that's done, I press done, and now I see my table. So I'm planning to send out the tender to 4 different companies, and from one company we will have more than one participant. For example, here I see that there are at least 2 different email addresses. So you can choose as many contact persons from one company as you want, but basically it's still the same request and goes on the company level. So you don't have multiple requests. If that's done, you have chosen the contractors you want to get prices from, then you can send, okay, invite participants. Now it shows you the preview how the email will look like when the contractors receive it. So you have the context, and you can add some additional information. Test information. And also you have some like links there, proceed to tender files. This is actually meant only for the participants so they can access the files. And then if everything is fine, you can say, okay, send. Now I will send it out. I had my own email address now 6 times, so I will get 6 emails. Now I go into my email box, and I already see that I'm getting some emails. Heck. Sorry. Where are my emails? I don't understand why it shows so weird. Yeah, but these are. Oh, sorry. I'm normally using my Outlook like this native application, not this one. But yeah, so these are the invitations, and this is how it looks. So I got several of them, and if I'm now a contractor and I want to open up uh, the tender itself, I go proceed to tender files, and this is how the subcontractor or contractor will see your request. So you see the project name, all the details, the files you have added, and also the links what you have added here. And now in the tender here you will see either if you want to fill it in online or you want to fill in an Excel. So if you want to fill it in an Excel spreadsheet, you can actually download an Excel file. So it has a example file already included with the same structure. I can actually, can I go back if I do like this? I can. Okay. So, okay, let me show if I would download this standard table. I'm not sure if I'm able to show it. Maybe I need to switch the screen. I need to switch the screen for a second. So this is how it would look like. So if you would have a structure here, you would also get the structure into the Excel spreadsheet, and basically the contractors or subcontractors can just fill in the information, add some additional lines, and then they can just upload it back the same file. And you also have the links here. But if you expect that the contractor will fill it in online, then I will also show how it looks. So I will switch the screen again. Now I'm back in this screen. I go back. And I start filling in the table. So now I see the same table, what I have prepared. If it's structured, again, I would see the structured table, and I'm able to fill in my quantities. I don't know, 10, 10, 10, and then unit prices, 500, 500, 500, like this. And if that's done, if I have done some text, Then I press, okay, confirm data. I need to fill in my contact information. This is saved by your computer. It's in cookie. So next time you're coming to the system as in a new tender, your information is already stored and restored from the cookie. So you don't have to fill in every time your information. But the point is that if you send it out for some not personalized email address like info@companyname.com, then you might be getting back the tender from a person at this same company.com. So that's the idea, that they need to fill in who to contact if they participate. Then they can add some additional files if they want. They can just drag and drop them here. If all is good, actually, I can also add some additional files here. Submit offer. And now it shows that your tender successfully submitted. If there are companies who doesn't want to participate in this tender, they can just press will not participate. It asks, are you sure? Okay. And what it does, it shows that, okay, you are not participating in this tender. So now if I go back to the system, what I see from the from my parties now is that when I have sent it out, who and when was last opened, what is the status. So if I have received an offer, it shows me offer received. If it's pending, if somebody haven't opened it up, it doesn't, it shows you that it's pending. If they don't participate or they will not offer, then it shows that it's not offer. And you also have the same filter share. So if you want to see only offer received, then that's exactly where you can go and just quickly filter whatever you want to see. If you want to send, for example, reminders, then you can also do that either from this button, what will just instantly send out the original email, or you can select these parties where you want to send a new invite. You can do it like here. But if you want to just share some additional information or ask or request some additional information, you can just send a custom email. So you can select out to whom you want to send some kind of custom email. You can also do that. Add an email. Some comments, send it out. And now these two people or these two contacts will get the additional request or additional email, and it would look like this. So I have so many the same name email addresses, but basically this is what you will get. Now, yeah, so if I go back now into the overview, then in here, all these companies I have sent out the request will be also shown in the view or in the table. So you can see all the same companies here. And so the price for, we are looking for 66,000 and we got the price for 15,000 from that contractor. If I would have another contractor, let's say, also given out, by the way, I can also fill in some of these tenders manually. For example, if somebody sends me an email without including any or they don't want to use our portal, that's also fine, because you're able to open up offers, enter offer manually. Then the same thing, you have to have the name, some phone number, email address. Choose the file if they have sent you some kind of file. Add some comments that you have done it yourself. Save. And now you can insert an offer, meaning that you're able to fill in the prices yourself. Let's say 14,000 in this line, 25,000 in this line, and 32,000 in this line, for example. So in total, we have 71,000. I will save it, close this view. And now we see that we have two offers. One is actually added by me, and the other one is added by the contractor. So this is how you look. This is how you can compare. We don't do any visual tricks right now here. We don't show which one is cheaper, and that's on purpose right now because we want to learn how people are using it, how to actually make sure that we would highlight the right things. For example, if some company is sending you an offer with certain quantities or different measurements, then we are not sure if these prices are comparable. We expect that they are, but that's why right now we didn't highlight any like colorful numbers here that, okay, this is cheaper or more expensive. So you have to visually adjust it yourself. And now if I want to see some extra information, that's where these shortcuts or these buttons come along. So I'm able to say, okay, show me the comments. So I'm able to see comments. If somebody has commented some line items, I can see that. If I want to see the unit prices, if I want to see the quantities. So this means that the table gets longer and longer, but you get more information. But you're still able to also change the size of the columns. But if you just want to compare the end prices, that's when you want to have the least information available for now. Let's say the comments are maybe important. And in here, we have also two buttons. One, what does is like if you create a complex table, you're able to summarize it so you can turn it around into the cost code. So if you have one line item and you split it, then you might not see anymore the actual prices and so on. So this is where you can turn it around, but it's simple. It doesn't affect right now at all. And the other one is if I don't want to show all the like names in my list, I'm able to say, okay, I don't want to see this one anymore. I just take it away. Now my table only include these two offers. So if I have many, I'm able to reorder them and I'm able to show or hide some of the participants in my tender process. What else? So mostly we have done most things we have talked now. So now if you are ready to award some of the contractor, let's say this is the contractor we are awarding, we can go review or edit, meaning that if you need to edit something, you're able to do that. But at the same time, when you edit it, the subcontractors are not able to give you any offers. So it's closed for them until you republish it again. So if you take it into your hands, meaning that these subcontractors can't do any edits. One more thing, if you want to have multiple rounds with one contractor, that's also possible, meaning that you go into the offer and you are able to enter a new offer manually. So if I would do that, enter a new offer, do the same trick. Choose some files, submit. So, and insert an offer. Now it copies the same offer you had, but you can, if the subcontractor is doing it from the subcontractor portal, it looks the similar way. They can't see actually the old offer, but they can rewrite new numbers into the new offer when they are like creating a new offer. So, but I am able to change, let's say, okay, in this line, we are going a bit more down. It's 13,000. On this line, we go, sorry, 13,000, 22,000. And in this line, we will go, for example, 30,000. So we expect to have a little bit lower price. And now we see that we have two different offers. So this was the original offer. That's the second offer. And if I go back here, then in here, we always show the last offer inserted to the system. So now we see it's 65,000. Before it was 75,000. And this means that you have multiple rounds with as many rounds as you want to. So that's the idea, that you don't have to. And also the count of offers is visible here. So how many offers you have received from this contractor. And let's say that you have decided that you will go, for example, with this contractor, then you just say create contract. Now it will pre-fill already all the data you have inserted. So you can just add maybe the special contract number, ABC, whatever it is, 001. and then you have when it starts, when it ends. If you add this information correctly to your tender, it will also copy all this information I just forgot it to do. So let's say that, I don't know, they need to finish up in September. The payment term is 30 days, save and next. In this view, if you still need to change something, let's say that you found a contractor, but this contractor will not use all the money you actually was taking into this, you're able to change these numbers. So for example, you know that you will have a tender for 100% of the works, but actually the end result is that you only get 25%, and it makes sense. So you can take only 25% of the money to the tender and send everything back to the outstanding budget. So in this case, I will not do that right now. Let's say this is such a good deal. So we had 66,000 in our budget, and the total deal is 15,000. But you're also able to edit all the numbers. Everything is exactly how you previously started to create the commitments or contracts. Now, if I go into the contract, the same line items, if it would structured, it would also be structured here, but basically this is the end of this procurement process or tendering process, and I'm just saying okay, confirmed, and this means now this tender is confirmed, this commitment is created, and we have now also links between the tender itself and the commitment or the purchase order or contract. So I'm able to press on here, link tender. Now I'm able to open up my tender itself. It also shows me that view contract. And here I can also see the work package or the linked commitment, what I have created. So I'm able to track back from where this information was coming from. And yeah, I'm able to also go back to the offer from the tender. Now, if the tender is finished up, then you just say, okay, tender completed. If there was some kind of money left over and you didn't get all what you were expecting to get, the money will be sent back to the outstanding budget, so that you can create a new tender out of the outstanding budget. But that's the flow, how it works. And now if I would close all these windows, I can see that we have created a successful foundation works tender. Again, the budgets are zero because we already have created a commitment out of it. And if I look into my subcontractor contracts, then this contract is also seen here now. So that's what we have created together. And now all the other workflows are working exactly as before. So this is more or less the tender functionality. Maybe a couple of things what actually have been coming out also is the procurement plan. So if I go under the work packages, and this name is changed, I think it's changed for a bit longer time now, then we see here all our contractor agreements, all our purchase orders, and now we also have a new tab here called tenders. So in here we will see all the tenders with all the information. So when it expected to start, when is the deadline, when we expect that the works are starting, when they are ending, the tender balance, meaning how much money we still have in this tender, how much we have taken from the budget, and how much is the leftover, what is the status of the tender, how many participants we have sent it out, how many offers we have received. For example, here we see that 2 offers received, 1 offer received. And if we have created already a commitment out of it, the commitment is also here. So I'm able to open it up and see the commitment. And from here, I'm also able to go back to the tender itself. This is one view, but also we have another view. It's under the projects, tenders, and this is the view where you see all the tenders on all projects together. So you're able to filter from here, but basically that's like the full list of all ongoing or finished tenders. So if you have multiple projects, you have one place to see all the tenders, everything in one place. So let's go back to here. Yeah, one important thing now. Let's go to the companies. In the company's view, I just want to point out that this is, as I said in the beginning, very important that you would add tags for the companies, and you can actually do that if you go on under the admin and you have contacts, and here we have tags. So you're able to create your own tags. Another way to do that is to go here into the company's list. You can download the the file from all the companies you already have existing, and actually you're able to manually add tags into like this example file. Let me show you how it looks. I need to change the screen. So it looks like this. So basically, you have the tags in the end. So that these are the companies I have just exported from the system. These are the tags, and you can use the semicolon to separate different tags. So if you create tags, you don't have to pre-create them. You can actually do that in the Excel or somewhere else, and then just make sure that the right tags are added to the right companies. They should be the same name. And if you import the companies, then this will also create automatically the tags what doesn't exist in the system. So it's easiest way to get the company list updated with the right information. So let me just share back the system. Now I'm back in the system. The other point, what makes sense is to rate the contractors. So it means that you're able to see, for example, in this case, I would open up this company. I go under the ratings, and in here I'm able to see who was rating on what project and how it was rated. And these categories or criterias can be added and changed yourself. You can do your own like questionnaire how you want to rate them, so it easifies and gives for the other like people more information. How was the cooperation between different companies? And if I go into the project now and go under the rate contractors, then in this view, all the contractors you have been using in the system are listed here, and you can see which ones you have already rated, and this means that on that project. So if I haven't rated somebody, it shows not rated, and I'm able to rate it. And you can do that in every project. So in every project, it starts with no rating. Say like this. Say, and now I see, okay, this is also rated. So if you have a new project, it starts from not rated, and then you can rate, and you can see that which companies you haven't rated and which one have been done. So do I have additional things? I think I have touched more or less all the points. Let me see if I have a small list. Yeah, so maybe just to once more point out about the tender or procurement plan. This is the view. You can create your procurement plan, meaning that you can already pre-create all the tender packages before doing the commitments. So you can basically do it up front, and then you can just start rolling out the tenders at the right pace. But I think overall we have done it. I think I have showed most of the important functionalities. The payment applications, everything else works the same way as previously. Um, so I don't know. Do we have any questions? We don't have any questions. Does anybody have any questions? Maybe you can just try to write into either the um, Q&A section or into the chat, or no questions, everything is clear and understandable. So, no questions. Then I think I think I have tried to give a overview of this new feature. Yeah, I actually have a couple of points what I need to show you. So let's go back to our presentation. So these are some of the figures, what I also promised to show. So today, around 60% of all the users are already using the payment applications, or clients are using the payment applications. And the total amount of payment applications inside Bauwise is already 65,000. And up to date, we have around 4,000 external Bauwise users, and these graphs are actually showing how the growth has been. So we see that people were really hesitating to start using the online payment applications and stuff like this. But actually, we see that this is working really well. The users have pretty good feedback, and we even see that some of the contractors or general contractors are coming to us and saying that some subcontractors are demanding Bauwise as a payment application tool. So it shows that it works, and we try to make it just better over the time. When will be this software or this part of the system available? So it will be live from 4th of March, so tomorrow. And this feature will be automatically included in all available plans for the next 3 months. And after that, we are doing some of the adjustments in the plans. So this information we will send you later on, but please feel free, try it out, give us feedback, make sure that you share it with your people. And yeah, I think we didn't have. Do we have any questions? No, not yet. No questions. Oh, we have one. Okay. So let me look. Basically, if they upload, the question is, can subcontractors upload their quote in their own structure? Yes, if you allow them, and I can shortly also show, if you create a tender, and let's do it together. So let's take, for example, this line. And you go into the overview, and in here you have the option to decide which way they can upload. If you have either the file upload to Bauwise portal, then they are actually able to use their own structure and upload it their own. If you have decide, then they can decide either they don't want to fill it in Bauwise or they want to upload. They have the option to download the special form from the system, but it doesn't it doesn't constrain them, or it allows them to upload whatever structure actually they want. It's just you have to know that, and then you have to manually fill it into the system if you want to have some kind of comparison between the subcontractors. So yes, it can be done. Do we have any other? So now we have more questions. Yeah, I can also share the slideshow, and I will also share the video link so you are able to share it inside your company. Absolutely. There was another question if it can be shared in a company. So yes, we will send all the information to all participants, so you're able to do that as well. And another question. Is there a possibility to view historical data, customer recruit and different tenders? Not yet. That's actually also in our mind. So the question is that, is there like a way to, I hope I get it correctly, to see historical data on the same work code? So in different tenders. Right now, there is no option for that, but this is something also in our mind. We know that estimators would like to have some comparison, some like reference data. Then this is definitely in our roadmap, but for now it's not included. So we have another question. It's in the chat. Is it in the chat? Comment. Okay. Okay, let me see. We have also one comment. How much count? Yeah. So that's a good question. How much content of Bauwise any contractor can access or see? So it's a good question. So if we will, I'm back now in the tender view. As I said, you can say, for example, here, do you show the quantities or not? That's information that they can see. All the description, external description, is something they will see on the tender view. If you attach files, then all these files will be seen by everybody who is using the tender. And if I log in as a contractor, let me open up a contractor tender as well, proceed to the files. Then I see now this tender is finished, so also it's locked for the participants. They can't access. They don't have to use login, username or password. They don't have to have their own account. They have a crypted link. They can share it actually, and this is something you have to keep in mind, that they are able to share this information in between different people in their own company or even outside of their own domain. That's because it's just crypted linked. We will also have the option to like force them to use an user account, but this is coming up. It's not yet this way. So right now it's always accessible. If you have the right link, you can access the tender, and they don't log into your system. We have a special site called app.bauwise.com. It's the same site. Is used also for the payment applications. So it's their own site. They don't access any of your data. Only this one you share, like the files and the information you put there. So they can't access anything else. It's a specially made tool for them. And yeah, that's how it works. Any other questions? So I think unless we don't have any questions, we actually are pretty much on time, faster a little bit than expected. I think everybody are happy about it because it's always better to like do it quicker than slower. So hope you enjoyed the sorry. We have one more question. Sorry. It's under where? It's in a comment. Yeah. Okay. So one more question. Yeah, this is a good point, and I think this. So yeah, sorry. What about the delivery time in the tender? We compare only prices up until now. That's a good idea. That's a good point. We maybe don't have so much feedback yet. So yes, there is no special like delivery comparison right now. I think we should write it down into our roadmap because it makes a lot of sense to have this one. But I think you need to find a workaround on that level. And it can be, for example, that they can add it under the comments. So you would be able to write it into your tender files or somewhere. But please also make sure that you have the lines commented on the timeline or something like this. But I think it's a good idea and makes a lot of sense. So I will definitely give it to our product managers and development team to think on that. Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. Thanks for the question. So if anybody wants to have more questions, feel free. We have a couple of minutes left. If no questions more, then I think we can finish up our presentation for today. And I think I'm really thankful for the questions. I hope it was interesting for you. I hope I wasn't too quick. Give us feedback, try it out. Yeah, we will try to do it only better. Yeah, so thank you guys for participating, and yeah, until to the next time. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.